Let's do it. It's time for the Chill Zone, brought to you by Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/GWN and celebrate responsibly. Need a beer? Toss me one.
Thank you.
Ooh, best sound in the world.
Oh,
cheers, brother.
Cheers.
This might be redundant, but let's. Here we go.
My question is more so for Danny than Jules, I guess. I fell in love with Danny on Hard Knocks for the Dallas Cowboys, man, just being the undersized workhorse. What are some of the things you loved from all the different facilities and teams you were on versus just being on one team and being at the same facility forever? Thanks.
Good question.
Who has the best facilities?
All of them, they're all relatively the same. They have, the weight room. They have all the best. Every team has top of the line equipment. You know what I'm saying? And, get a masseuse, get a couple trainers, and then, you're good to go. So, I mean, all the teams' facilities are pretty good.
Who had the longest hallways?
Ooh, shit. That's a good question.
When we were watching that Hard Knocks, I was like, man, all these hallways are so long that you have to walk in football facilities, and it's a dark place when you're a young player.
There's no windows.
No windows.
Yeah.
I just had a thought when we were watching it in the scene where you had with Jerry Jones. Was that in Oxnard or was that back in Dallas?
That was back in Dallas when he came back for cuts.
Because he had all the Lombardi trophies. I was like, I wonder if Jerry Jones would ship the Lombardi trophies for his office in Oxnard.
Between games, so you guys would practice. It would be training camp in Oxnard. If there was a game, would you fly back for the game, then go back to Oxnard?
No, we would. We lived at the Residence Inn there in Oxnard. That's where our camp was. And then we had two or three fields there as well.
So what would you do when you had a preseason game?
The first game we took the train down to San Diego and played them.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
Qualcomm train, beautiful.
The second game, I actually think you're right. I think we went back to Oxnard for another week.
Okay,
and then we moved camp down and finished the last 2 weeks.
That's what I was wondering if camp
the
just
last
shifted
two
down
games
there.
were in Dallas.
Yeah,
that makes more sense. Logistics talk.
That's a good question. Thanks for the callers.
Great question.
Hi, Julian, Jack, you're back, and Kyler, and all the Games of Names crew. Sending some love to your awesome podcast from the state of Iowa. I have a question for Danny. And Julian, I'd be interested in your answer, too. If you could qualify and compete in the Olympics, what sport would you compete in? Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.
If I had the speed, who would want to win the 100? I want to go on that track.
Classic.
Get up in them blocks. Have my chain hitting my fucking chest. My little placard thing on for the US of A. And go sprint fucking 9.2 or something.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
You probably could compete for Canada with your mom. Have a better chance at the 100 there.
No, well, they got fast people too, dude. They got hella fast. Canada's got hella good athletes. Like they're always top. They're top.
The track and field is good.
Yeah, and track and field. They're top in Winter Olympics. The more I talk about Canada, the more I like them.
Shout out to our neighbors to the north, baby.
What about you, Nola? What do you think?
I think I would go soccer.
Ooh, I like that.
Have a sick haircut, freaking arm sleeve tattoo, just fly around, score a goal, and go crazy. I just don't like how they flop around on the ground. I don't like that.
Also, Olympic soccer, you have to be like under 23, but then there's a couple old guys that come through.
Yeah.
It's not like true best on best.
Right. We need to get our men's soccer team.
That's World Cup.
Got to get dialed. Either way, we're having fun in the Olympic Village.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Jack, what would you do?
Ooh.
Shot
maybe like a little shot put acting,
javelin,
some rhythmic gymnastics like Frank the Tank kind of vibe, old school. You know what I mean? Get out there on the mat, floor exercises.
You'd make a great coxswain too.
Ooh, coxswain. That's the guy that doesn't that him.
Skateboarding's in it.
No, they rode the.
Oh, they're like
the
they
driver
tell
of
him
the
curling guy.
Okay.
Curling.
Swiffer. Great Swiffer guy.
Or I'd be a sick ass snowboarder freestyle guy.
Sick.
Yeah.
Ooh, flying tomato. Vert.
Yeah.
Bobsled could be cool too. Just be one of the guys that just runs up front and then you just wait. It's tight.
I'd be
Tennis would be
I'd be
cool.
John Candy from Cool
But
Runnings.
I mean, you got to think track and field. If you think in Olympics, I want to do what the Greeks were doing back
Yes,
3,000
the
years
purest
ago.
of the pure. Yeah,
Wrestling.
I'm with you.
Yo, Games with Names. This is Chris from Houston. This question is for my boy, Danny. Danny, hey, are you taller than Jules? And out of you two, which one's faster? Let me know.
From
Later.
Houston.
That's
With
a Houston
from
accent if
with
I've
an
ever heard one.
accent. Wow. From
Chris is trying
H-Town
to start some
represent.
shit.
Dola is taller than me, but I'm faster than him.
I have like a hair taller than him.
Nah, but you kind of look taller than
And
me.
I low key, I'm on my tiptoes in every picture we take. So I kind of.
Pro move.
Nah, he's like a 5'11". I'm
like-
a 5'10" and a fourth guy.
Yeah, I'm like 5'10" and a half. But I mean, who's counting?
And you're faster?
And Jules
Yeah.
is faster, yeah.
I was faster.
What about that short area quickness?
And Jules
He
pretty
knows.
fast, yeah.
I was cool. Pretty quick too.
Yeah.
Three cone.
Dola had a thing where he could run full speed into his in cut because thing is I learned how to run routes in a different offense.
Yeah.
He's been running routes his whole life, and then he went to the West Coast where everything's steps.
Yeah.
So like I would see a lot of stuff that I wasn't accustomed to seeing in our system from Danny. And that, then you evolve you're always taken from people.
Yeah.
So what does that mean with steps? Like, it's more of a timing thing with
he
West
would roll
Coast?
full speed. He would run full speed and just keep running full speed and like turn.
It's like a speed cut versus like
a
like
breakdown.
like a breakdown cut.
Interesting.
Hey, Dola, it's 28-3, 2-point conversion. Ball's coming to you. What's going through your head?
Fucking, we're scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, baby.
Tutty.
We're getting in the end zone. We're gonna tie this bitch up. That's it.
No, I was thinking that play. I'm specifically thinking don't get a PI because
Yeah.
Right.
you can't block him until he has the ball.
And they're in man-to-man covers. If they jam you on that play, if they would have jammed him or they would have made some sort of illegal contact, it could have been called back.
It could have been called back.
But they jumped up. Freeney jumped off sides anyway.
I know, but I thought that's what we got this penalty for,
Right.
was for us picking.
Right. I got it.
So I was like, fuck you to the rest. Like, you see me right after we score, I'm like, I didn't touch him.
It's not on me. Okay. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
How many times in a game on average you have the fuck you?
Every play.
Yeah.
Every fucking play.
120 plays.
Yeah. Even when he's on.
Even when it's good, it's fuck you.
Even when the defense
Bad,
is
it's
on the
fuck
field.
you.
Hi, this is Nicole from Westfield, Massachusetts, super fan. My question is, what was your go-to food after a football game? And what is your favorite restaurant in the Boston area to go to when you are back home? Have a great day.
Ooh, great question. I love Aria. Shout out
good.
Massimo in the North End. Great Italian food, all home cooked recipes from his mother. Great food, great energy, great vibe. Aria. And after the game, anything I want. I'm so depleted at that point. Like I could eat a freaking, fried chicken, honey butter chicken biscuit if I want.
Thing is, after every game, we had the same type of food at home. It was always like a Southern barbecue, Southern comfort type food. So you'd have a brisket, you have chicken, fried chicken, you'd have collard greens. Because a lot of the guys are from the South.
Right.
Most of the teams from the South. So we'd have that. And then you'd have specialty stuff every away trip. So like if you're in New York, you get the triple decker sandwiches from the deli. You go to fucking Kansas City, you get their style barbecue. You're in California, they may have tacos before you get on the plane or whatever. So you're eating whatever.
Right.
Restaurant in Boston, I love Aria's good. I like Demonica's in the North End.
Yep. Shout out.
Frankie and Pato.
Frankie and Pato. I love Frankie and Pato.
Frankie and Pato. And then I liked Reno's a lot too over in East Boston. I think they have the best lobster ravioli. Ooh. They got a good lobster ravioli and it's in East Boston. So it's kind of like whenever you want Italian in Boston, everyone goes North End.
Yeah.
But like the real townies go to the little neighborhood spots that are like with the locals. You know, you go to like the Somervilles, and there's always like the place that's been there forever.
Yeah.
Which all those places in North End have too, but if you want a little different,
Yeah.
I'd go there. And then what was our boy Strega? We used to go to Strega a bunch.
Yeah.
Their
We
martinis.
did go to Monica's a lot.
You can never go wrong with any of the Italian in the North End.
Yeah, the
it's
North
more
End was
of
great.
we go to certain places where it'd be kind of quiet and chill before.
How's the food in Providence? Isn't the Italian food?
Food in Providence is amazing. Johnson and Wales is there. Obviously, they have Brown's right there on Thursday. There's a lot of young entrepreneurial chefs out there trying to make a good product. And they haven't really gotten off the ground yet, so you can catch a lot of great stuff.
Might have a hot take here, but I think Federal Hill has better Italian than the North End.
Oh, I love that take.
Yeah. Sienna.
It's hard.
It
Sienna's
sounds
not there no
spicy,
more.
but I think it's right.
Constantine's, it's not there?
Constantine's wasn't on the hill.
Right. Sienna's not there anymore?
Sienna's gone.
Andino's is there.
I forgot. I remember what was Alforno's had really good
Alforno
pizza.
was so good.
Really good pizza in Providence. And then Providence also, you're kind of, Boston is Boston. Providence, you're getting to like New York, Connecticut.
Yeah.
So they had like a really good hot dog place that I used to go to. It has like kind of a, that one spot I went to.
Yeah,
a
you
couple
used to
times?
bring it over the house.
Yeah, I bring the hot. They always had like New York style or like that Connecticut area. They had a different influence of food or in Providence than Boston. Boston is like, a lot of seafood, Italian, hearty. You go down to Connecticut or Providence. There was like you get like that New York shit.
Yeah.
Like the pizza was a little better.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can't go wrong. North End everywhere. What is that one oyster spot? What is it?
know.
Neptune.
Oyster Bar.
I also love, what was that? There was a seafood joint over in when you cross the bridge right by the
Pier something? Pier 4? I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about. It's not south. It's not Seaport. It's not South Boston. It's like in between. What do they call that? 4 Points?
Yeah, it's like on like the harbor thing kind of.
Yes,
Yeah.
right by the dairy thing.
I want to say like Pier 36 or something.
Yeah.
The red
I don't think
place?
that's right,
Is it
though.
red?
We used to go there.
It's like a lobster place.
There's a number in there.
Yeah.
Row 34?
Row 34.
Yeah.
They
34.
had really good seafood.
Yeah.
There's, I mean, I went to a new restaurant over in that new Raffles Hotel.
Man, I want to stay there so bad.
That's what Copley?
Yeah, have you been to that new Raffles Hotel?
No.
It's pretty cool.
It's good.
And they have a really good They have a really good Italian restaurant there.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm cheating on my neighborhood Italian though when I go to the fancy Italian. Because it's kind of like a swanky Italian.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to go see Rocco and fucking Paulie.
Want to do what? One more?
One more. Last one.
Hey boys, this is Sergio from Mexico City. I got a question for Doa. My fiance is the daughter of Jorge, who showed you around in Mexico City. So I got to know, what was the best thing about your trip to Mexico City and what was the worst thing? Thanks, guys. Love you both.
I think the best thing about Mexico City was the fact that we got to get in the tiger's den, a lion's den.
Yeah, that was...
Pet the jaguar.
I don't know, man. The energy of Mexico City was just so fucking cool.
It's electric.
Remember when we were driving there and you see like the Mexican flag that's like, it was like taking up like 60 acres. It was like the biggest flag I ever saw.
It was huge. It was like a football field size flag.
Yeah. And it was just like cool. And then like the food in Mexico City is spectacular. We went to Teotihuacan. Remember we were just skateboarding with the cops? We were getting pulled by cops on skateboards and shit.
Completely.
That was fun.
Yeah, the cop. We were both holding onto the back of this motorcycle when this cop was pulling us. He was going like 30 miles an hour. We don't have helmets on.
Nothing.
Full sketching
We're
on the
like,
cop.
we're good.
Yeah.
We're
Like,
good.
This is like Mexico City's like Times Square too. It's like right in the fucking city.
The worst thing about Mexico City was we almost died in that hot air balloon.
Yeah, that was
There's
no brakes.
There's no brake. There's no steering or brakes.
It's just you go up and you go down.
Yeah.
Wherever you go down, you go down. We're over here.
Over a cactus patch in Highlines.
I go to my guy. I go, amigo, mira power lines.
Right.
Mira.
Right.
He's like, no steer. I'm like, oh, we're fucked.
Yeah, we are fucked.
But it was so fun. And the people are awesome. And, you remember we went there with the cartel shit?
Yeah.
So we go there. and we're in the Intercontinental Hotel. Beautiful. The hotels were amazing. Everything was amazing. A lot of money. There's a lot of poverty, but there's also a lot of money in Mexico
There's some
City.
lows in Mexico City, but there's some highs.
Really high highs.
Yeah.
And we go down and we're there for the NFL. We're making a documentary to promote the game that we were going to play the following year in Mexico City. And so we go there and we have like this full security staff with us at all times pretty much. And they tell us, we get out of the elevator and they're like, hey, we got to hold up. Like, what do you mean hold up?
Yeah.
He's like, stay here. There was a Jeep Cherokee, a blacked out Jeep Cherokee that was like fully bulletproofed with some like older lady coming out. And I'm sitting there and I look and all of our cops are like kind of like away.
They're just sitting on their motorcycles.
Sitting on their motorcycles. And then out of this car comes like 4 or 5 dudes with like in regular clothes with like AK-47s.
Yeah.
And they're walking this polite little old lady to go have lunch at our thing. I go, Dick. Dick's our guy who's a former FBI guy. I'm like, Dick, what the fuck's going on here? He goes, some cartel guys here. We got to wait out. You know, it's a little whatever. And it was fucking amazing to me. Like, the police were just chilling. There's guys unmarked with fucking big-ass guns. Beautiful old little lady just wanted to have a little lunch. Heard it was cartel boss, like mom or aunt or something. They were fucking
walking her in.
I respected it.
Yeah.
That was wild.
It was wild.
Yeah. Hey guys, just hold up here real quick. Like, what the fuck? You see AK-47s?
Yeah.
Shout out Dick. Dick found Brady's jersey.
Yeah.
Shout out Dick Farley.
Dick Farley. He was awesome.
Shout out Dick.
And you always get the like former FBI guys that, you know, they do the contract work for leagues and stuff. They always, you know, you get some cool conversations.
Yeah.
You get some cool conversations. That Mexico trip was so fun.
Unbelievable. Great people there.
Food, people. We went to Teotihuacan. We saw the step pyramids.
The wrestling was tight.
The wrestling.
Luchador.
We looked sick in those, looking back on it.
Yeah.
We look like real wrestlers.
No doubt. We did win. You guys got pinned, but whatever.
We didn't win. No, I didn't.
It was
we didn't get
scripted.
pinned. I don't even remember the result.
Right.
A lot of it's a blur.
Right.
It was quick. It was like 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Well, that was our chill zone. Thanks to our favorite beer, Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/GWN. And remember, always celebrate responsibly.